ready, boys? Okay, give me the thumbs up here, guys. You ready? Are we all ready?
Wait.
I think I can drag them. Are you ready? You ready? Here, grab my thing. No, you're not. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
So The Writer is one of my favorite poems, even though it's a very sentimental poem. It's not the kind of poem that necessarily I would hold up as an example of high literary art, but it is touching and sentimental for me for a couple of reasons. One is that as somebody who's occasionally tried to write, I kind of get the idea of that bird, like being trapped, of not being able to get my ideas out right, of the frustration and the life or death urgency of trying to get it right, and the relief that comes with that, and then also ultimately the kind of helplessness that's there when you don't know with writing, like you do your best to control it, but in the end, what you write, like that bird, gets out, and it takes on a life of its own, and your job, as much as anything, is to release it, let it go at some point, and just see where whatever you write goes.
I'm gonna die!
Head on. Woo. Oh my god, that was awesome. Let's do that again.
Much more so, the poem really speaks to me about children and being a parent. My boys are ages 9.5 and 8, and they are constant reminders of my limitations as a parent. The speaker in the poem begins with this safe sort of idea of his house being a ship in which his daughter's taking a journey, and it doesn't work, like as a parent, you don't always have the ability to control what your children do, their situations, like they're gonna get hurt, they're gonna have accidents.
Oh, what happened? Oh, what happened? Look at me, what happened? Look at me, what happened? What happened? You're okay. Oh.
They're going to take chances. They're going to make bad choices, and those are theirs to make. And what you realize is, like the speaker of the poem and the daughter perhaps is there with him. Your job is to figure out a way to let that child find his or her way in the world. You let them go.
Awesome.
Okay, I fell out of this.
Your house is not always a place of protection. At some point it becomes a trap, and they need to be prepared to get out. I see all the time from my kids the way in which they are pushing boundaries. They will try new things, and then they'll be scared to try other things. And whether it's trying a new sport, whether it's going skiing, whether it's going sledding, or it's just trying to eat a new vegetable. Like there's always a battle, and there's always a resistance, and eventually something changes, something happens, they have some success, and you feel so good. But some part of you also knows that this is yet another sort of small step toward independence and toward their eventual departure.
1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Push. Oh. How was that?
That's why I love that poem, as it just reminds me that that's my job. Not to control, not to try to set the course that my child is going to sail through the world, but to keep them safe until they can figure that out on their own. And so that's why I really like The Writer. It speaks to me that way.